Yeah, hello and welcome everyone to our webcast on the Simova Summer Release for 2024. Today we want to present you with the latest innovations regarding our extensions for Business Central. And before we dive into the new key features of our products, I would like to do a short introduction. So my name is Max Krampe. I'm a partner manager and responsible for marketing purposes on Simova side. And I've been with Simova for over 4 years now. And I've brought with me my colleague Kevin Kaller, our product manager. May you introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Max. My name is Kevin. As you said, I'm a product manager at Simova, and I'm doing this now for roughly 2 years, but I've been at Simova for almost a decade, so a long time. And yeah, I'm ready to show you some deeper insights into what is new and what we were able to deliver for the summer release.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. And I suggest we dive right into the presentation of our new product key features. And we've split these into each product. So we will start with the Phone Connect solution. And with the Phone Connect solution, we have in my opinion, very nice new feature, which is the extended actions on caller cards. So here we now have the option to create quotes, to create opportunities, but also have a look at the call history regarding this contact that is calling me. We can create recall requests. I will come to that topic later on the Phone Connect side. But this is now a complete hub for working when it comes to the phone call interaction with customers, with vendors, but also with prospects or leads. So everything is just even faster with the actions directly on the caller card. Another very nice feature, as I already mentioned, is the recall request functionality. So with this, when a customer calls and wants to speak to a coworker of mine, for example, I can create a recall request for my coworker, and this will pop up on his role center, and I can give him some notes, what the topic of the call is about, etc., etc., and then he can proceed with the recall and fulfill the customer's needs. And this is also a really nice functionality when it comes to customer relation management and the management of these things. So, in general, we will also deep dive a little bit into these functionalities in a live session. And the live sessions will be shown by Kevin. So I would like to give the word to him.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Max. And yeah, basically what he's just said on these features and how it benefits the Phone Connect solution in general is something that I can immediately show. So yeah, I have my general system open here, and I'm connected with the Phone Connect solution to a Business Central environment. So let's simulate a call. And as you see, okay, a caller is calling. I receive first class information, as you know it with the Phone Connect solution. And as soon as I accept the call, what's going to happen is that my Business Central is opening and present me with first glance information so that I can react as professionally to this call as possible. But now I can not only do that, but I can also react to that call with follow-up actions. Actions like creating a sales quote, which is especially now an action that I have for sales, for my sales caller card. Yeah, since it's just something necessary. If I work like that a lot, then I need to be able to work as quickly as possible. So um, let's just do that. While this call is going on, let me just create a quote. And of course, I can also do that from here in advance to this call. So let me close this. I could have stopped the phone call also within Business Central itself. But yeah, that let me let me work very efficiently. And what's also a great advantage is that I am not restricted only to Business Central Standard. You could extend this call card also with industry-specific processes that I can start. You could extend it with other standard areas like the sales invoices, the sales orders, whatever I want to create from here or whatever process I want to start, I can basically decide by myself or depending on what the customer needs. And additionally, I've now stopped this call, but since I talked to Jacob Otto on a quote, I definitely want to follow up on that. So to follow up on that, I can now use the recall requests. And this opens this beautiful wizard that I see here in which I can define who I want to create the recall request for. And I'm doing this for myself since I want to call him back in, for example, let's say 2 weeks so that I can follow up on my quote. Of course, I can also send this to someone else if I have if I'm working with someone in sales that should take this over, then that person could do this as well. What I'm going to do is I'll hit save, and now if I come back to my recall requests, let me quickly assign the role center because it's also something that you can simply just do from the role center. Let me do the user one. Or of course you could add the necessary batches to your own role center. That is no issue as well. But we see here that there's 4 open recall requests, 3 are as soon as possible, but my 4th one is for this date, so that I just know if I'm working in sales what exactly is something that I need to do. But not only in sales, this could be also used in other departments as well. So yeah, these are the 2 news that we have in Phone Connect.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin, for this little deeper look into the new functionalities for Phone Connect. And we will now follow up with the document dispatch solution. In regard of the document dispatch solution, we have the PEPAL standard for our XSD module. So the XSD module now enables you to use the PEPAL standard when it comes to sending out e-invoices. As we can see here in this little video snippet, the complete PEPAL XML that we've just sent out is completely viable and validated without any issues. And you are now good to go to use the PEPAL standard alongside with the already existing German standards Zugfert and Xinvoice. And if you are interested in using PEPAL standard, feel free to contact us. Another topic for the document dispatch solution is the master data integration. So we have already, in the past, we have been integrated into sales processes, into purchase processes, etc. But now we are also integrated on the master data level. So you can directly send out emails from document dispatch for your customers, for your vendors, and not document related. So you can just create a new email for your customer, either from scratch or via a template, and you can just send it out via document dispatch and do not have to copy paste the email, go to Outlook and write your email there. You can do that right from your Business Central system now. Also, we introduced the continuous integration into standard functionalities. So here now, when you use the standard sending functionality of Business Central, so your email outbox from Business Central will also now display in the document dispatch queue. So for example, if a dispatch of a document has failed due to some misconfiguration of the Exchange server or something like that, it will also show in the EDS queue in the document dispatch queue, I'm sorry. And we also integrated the salutations from the Business Central standard into document dispatch. Business Central is already doing a great job when it comes to the salutations for contacts, customers, and vendors. And we just implemented that into document dispatch, so you can just use these standard functionalities from BC. Another very nice topic, in my opinion, is the XML visualization. The XML file is normally not meant to be read by the human eye. It is, especially designed for the processing via a electronic interface. But we now introduced a preview so that you can have a look at the content of an XML file directly in the Business Central interface. You don't have to go to a third-party tool to check your XML file. It is also now included in BC in our document dispatch solution in the preview window, and you can have a look at all the information of the XML file. Last but not least, for document dispatch, we have the OneDrive integration, and this is also a really helpful feature, especially when it comes to sending out large amounts of document, but also for very big files. You have the restriction when you send out files that are too big, for example, over 50 MB, over 100 MB, for example. These emails will get rejected due to the large attachments. And now our document dispatch solution will automatically upload these files to OneDrive and provide the recipient with a download link on OneDrive to access these files and download them on demand. And this can really help when dispatching big files and big amounts of data. I would now like to give the work back to Kevin for a short live demo of some of these functionalities.
Thanks again, Max. And yeah, let's dive straight into the system, because I think seeing stuff is a little bit better than just telling it. Okay, let me check if I'm in the right environment. I think I need to switch to a different one. Where is it? I think it's this one, correct? Yes, here I'm in a, oh, I'm not. Okay, let me quickly switch. In a different environment where I have the document dispatch solution set up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the posted sales invoices. And within the posted sales invoices, of course, we want to send them out electronically, because it's just a modern day standard that, actually is necessary more and more nowadays, and will in the end affect anyone when it comes to sending out invoices. So yeah, for this customer, for example, we have set up that the customer is supposed to receive everything in the X invoice standard, which is simply an electronic standard where you could insert something like UBL or PEPAL or Zugfert. There's different formats. In my case, I will use the X invoice format, and as soon as I hit send with the dialog here, my report will be generated, because it will be attached within the XML. But in my case, the main focus is that this is an electronic document. And we see it here, X invoice, with straight up within my dialog that I'm using. And I see before sending this out what kind of electronic data is entered within my invoice. And I can check this in a great way with the human eye without having to read through an XML document or something like this. I just ensure a huge process safety here. And in the end, I don't only have this kind of preview within the dialog only, but I also have it within the document dispatch queue, for example. So in the end, after sending it out, I can review my data exactly in this form. Or in the attachment selection window that we can also enable within the solution, this is possible as well. So anywhere where there's a preview of documents, there's also this preview of electronic documents. So yeah, a great addition to the solution, especially when it comes to process safety and also the look and feel for an end user that wants to send out an invoice. Okay, so let me quickly send this out and then present you with the second feature that we have, which is regarding huge amounts of documents that we want to send out with the document dispatch solution. And especially in industry-specific processes, we simply just know or gained the experience that in many cases, we simply just need to send out more documents than most of the recipients servers even allow. So we needed to find a way around that. And that's why we have this OneDrive integration in place. So let me just simulate that on just the same invoice. I'll just hit send again. And let me add a file here under the attachments. And what I can do here is just, I'll take this big file I just labeled as big file, which I'm just gonna insert here. It's gonna load a bit because it's kind of huge. It's I think 100 MB, but it added it down here. And nothing really changes now for the one that's sending out this email. But if I hit send, the system behaves just a little bit differently because it now generates this OneDrive link instead of just attaching the attachments the usual way. So you see now here it also says we're copying this file into your Business Central folder in OneDrive so you can share it. And you also see here that the total size of the attachments exceeded the threshold that we configured. So it now sent this out in a different way. Let's take a look at it. I should have a new email now, which I do, and there's no attachments. Instead, there's this OneDrive link, and I can just click on it. I don't need OneDrive as a recipient at this point. Only the person that really sends out the documents needs a license for OneDrive, and this license usually is integrated within the package that you have licensed anyway. So OneDrive is real basic for that. So in 99% of the cases, this feature or the usage of this feature can be used from the get-go. So a really great addition if you want to handle big files or if this is a requirement within your company.
Thank you, Kevin, for the deep dive into the new functionalities for the document dispatch solution. And let's move on to the Document Central solution, our completely integrated document management system for Business Central. And here we have the new functionality of migration scenarios, where we are now able to move files that are stored in the Business Central standard attachments, so in the Factbox area, and move these to Document Central to the digital archive, either on SharePoint or ABS. And this allows users that have been or customers that have been using the attachment functionality of BC to migrate to Document Central much, much easier. One very important new feature is the so-called Courier app. The Courier app is the mobile app for the Document Central solution to archive documents from on the go or to request and receive documents from external parties. So you can provide QR codes, for example, to external parties. They can just download the Courier app and scan this QR code and send files back to you. As we can see here, it automatically recognizes the documents you want to scan, and you can simply upload these to, in this example, the Kronos as the receiver, and this will be automatically archived in Document Central and be processed by Document Inbound.
Let me maybe add something to that. From my perspective, this app is the most modern way in nowadays and age to archive documents. because it can be used in different sorts of scenarios. It's not only external purposes where you just provide a modern looking app to your end customers or business partners that can just scan documents and put them to the right place, but it's also internal usage. So you don't have to rely on a scanner anymore and scan back a huge batch. You can also just whip out your phone with the app and scan documents just with your camera. You could use this, for example, in the warehouse, where also often a document handling is needed as well, where you can just scan the QR code that has been provided out of the system in any kind of way. If you've sent it out via email, if you've just provided it via the Document Central interface, or within a portal solution, whatever you want to do with that QR code, you can provide it however you want, and the QR code has the information where the document needs to go within the Business Central. So yeah, various usage scenarios here. So feel free to be inspired and think a little bit about how this solution can be used.
Thank you, Kevin, for that short edition on the Career app. And another great feature is the email attachment extraction. So when you're archiving emails and these have included attachments, you can now, in the Business Central interface, see these attachments, select the ones you want to store in the Document Central solution, select the content type, and directly store them without having to download first and manually drop onto the drop zone. And this is also a great way to improve working with incoming emails and saving these for later in the Document Central solution. Also, last but not least, is the new Outlook integration. So Outlook introduced a new web client, and here we don't have the possibility to store the documents via drag and drop, or the email via drag and drop from the web Outlook interface. And this is why we created a short extension for Outlook Online called Document Link, where you can simply log in with your Microsoft account. It also automatically recognizes your Business Central license, what environments you are licensed for, and you can also see directly places where you can store the attached documents from this email. So, for example, there are open quotes, there are orders, there are invoices, whatever, and you can simply choose them from the list and archive them directly via this attachment for Outlook Online. We will also have a look at this in the live demo, and so I would like to give the word to Kevin for the look into Business Central.
Thanks a lot, Max. And yeah, I think we've talked about the Career app, and yeah, so the aim is now to show the handling around emails. Let me move to Business Central again. Let me again check if I'm in the right environment. Nope, I have to switch again. And now let's just imagine that we've received an email that we already have within our system. And I can take a look at the posted sales invoice again, because this is the area where we have stored our documents. Case we have stored our documents. And as we see here, we already have this correspondence in place here. So let me check all the documents that we have here. And we see that we now have this email with 5 attachments here, which my colleague Max was, so nice to provide to me. And now what we have is under selection, this email attachments area. This is brand new, and it will recognize if a document is an email, and it will then, if it has attachments, present this email attachments button to me. So I don't need to download this email, extract any type of attachments. I can do this straight from my document management system, which again saves time and a lot of Okay, I think I'm back online. Seem to have been offline for a second. Um, so yeah, I was just at the point of clicking on these email attachments, and now this page opened here, and you see I already processed 2 of the attachments. So we always see it, but in case we didn't process it, it will load in the previewer the document straight from the email. So we can really quickly get information on it. And if we intend to then store the documents within the Document Central interface, I can simply just select what content type I want to store something as. In my case, what we have here is, yeah, let's say a scanned document. The ideas.x might be yeah, another document in my case, or I want to store it as it. And I can now say upload these 2 files. And with OK, the documents will be processed. And as you see here, they now have been added to my Document Central data grid. So a really quick way to also extract the attachments, and simply just a new way to work with Document Central. Additionally, if I want to approach this whole subject from another side, let me go back to my Outlook. And I see here that we have the same email that I've just already stored within the system. But now let's just act like we just received this email. I don't really want to upload the email message. I just want to upload the attachments. And especially within the web browser, but also within the new Outlook application that you can locally install on your computer, it's not possible anymore to drag and drop. And that is a huge issue. But also, if that were possible, I don't want to go to a second window and pull up whatever I want to work with. Instead, I just want to be a little bit quicker. So I'm going to use the document link solution, which we now have, where I can now authenticate. I have to, in my case, re-authenticate because I haven't used it in a little bit of time, but you know this from other applications as well. So now I'm signed in, and I can simply just select an environment I want to work with. And in my case, I'm working with the sales environment, and I'll pick out the Cronus, which is the company I'm also working with. And as soon as I now switch the tab here, I'm presented with the attachments that are within this email, where I can select which one I want to upload. But also I can, for this customer, because it recognized the email address, which is behind this email, and matched it within the system within Business Central, I can see the related documents here. And what exactly the related documents that are shown from Document Central are, I can decide by myself. I can configure this. What I'm going to do is now, since we only have one sales quote for this customer, which is behind Maximilian Crampy, I'm going to just select that quote, and based on that, it now also suggests a content type to me. Yeah, it's not completely what I want, so I'll pick out a document of my choice. In my case, it's the sales quote. Okay, in this case, it actually fits since it is a sales quote, but let me pick another one. For example, the addendum.pdf, and I'm simply just going to say this is a concept. I'll just pick these 2. If I wanted to, I could also upload the email itself, but I'm just going to upload these 2. And as you see, it's going to process now and tell me that it's uploaded. And in this case, but also with the Career app that we've shown before, it will use the way of going over the document inbound app. So we have a process safety behind it, an incoming entry, which will automatically get processed. So for me as a user that's using Outlook right now, it's just going to be uploading it, and it will be in the right area of the Document Central solution. So I have a really quick way to upload documents without even having to open the Business Central interface. And on the other hand, if I have an email uploaded, I have a great way of just managing all the attachments, so that I'm completely satisfied when it comes to handling emails.
Thank you, Kevin, for your deep dive into the Outlook integration and the email attachment extraction. All the new functionalities can always be retrieved via our Simova doc site. So here we will always publish the latest changelogs for our products. So if you're interested in getting to know what's going on, what new features have been released, etc., definitely check out regularly the Simova doc site and always keep up to date. We are already at the end of our presentation of the summer release functionalities. So we can now answer questions when there are unanswered questions. So feel free to use the chat here, or if you are if you get questions later, just hit us up, call us, write us an email, and we're happy to talk about it. I will now wait a short period of time if we see some questions in the chat here on YouTube. And if that is not the case, I would like to thank you for your participation today. So thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye. See you soon.
See ya. Thanks a lot.